Hello, everyone. This is Darwell20, and welcome to episode 57 of Darwell20's Let's Play series. There's an Enderman in my basement again. What is up with these Endermen? There's always Endermen. They're always sneaking around. So, hey, last episode we had fun with compact machines. That was a good one. And we set up a nice little HDPE production line. So we've got 607 of these already. Beautiful. Now, the other nice thing about this, so what is gummed up here? We shouldn't have anything gumming us up, as a matter of fact. Oh, we overloaded on ethylene. Yeah, that makes sense. We backstuffed on ethylene. We're going to have to deal with that. So ethylene turns into liquid ethylene. What I could get, I think, is a tank that'll void it. Like, we could probably just, void it. Let's do this. Let's get a liquid trash can. Part of me would like to have, some semblance of storage on it. So, like, let's get an ultimate fluid tank. That'll hold 256 buckets. So we're going to want to get a basic and then upgrade him to tier 2. And then upgrade him to tier 3. And then upgrade him to tier 4. So that way we have some ethylene stored in case we ever need it. There we go. Now this is a liquid, so it should be cool. So since it's a liquid, we can do fancy things with stuff. So let's have the tank here and the trash can here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a node in here. And on the down, we will insert on orange priority 10. And on the up, we will insert fluids on the orange priority -10. Cool. And then you have a fluid, ethylene, right? And your ethylene fluid, I should probably insert you into here. So let's do this. Let's side config fluids. I'm going to turn off this output. I'm going to make it output to the top. We don't need eject on, right? And then your fluids, instead of inputting on the left, we're going to input on the top. And on the down, you're going to get a fluid card, orange, priority 20. So you get, like, the highest priority. Orange. Cool. Now, from here, on the down, you can have, on the orange, extract, and that should be cool. And then all we should need to do is bind you to you, and you should start getting fluids. Ha-ha! How cool is that? Okay. And then you'll go back to producing this stuff. You'll get your substrate. When you lose some ethylene, you're going to fill back up because you have the highest priority of 20. You have the second highest priority of 10, and then you have the lowest priority of -10. So it'll void any excess liquid ethylene. How cool is this? All right, so now that that stuff's all sorted out, let's pop over and start dealing with our radioactive stuff. So I've got 32 radioactive waste barrels here, which should be cool. That's right, I set up a thingy last episode, didn't I? I did. Look at me being all smart and stuff. Let's get ready to dump waste. Cool. So first things first, we want to make sure that we have some basic pressurized tubes. I've mentioned this before. Ultimate pressurized tubes store such a large amount. So if you want to use them as a buffer, cool. But the basic ones I like because they clear out a lot quicker. My opinion. I don't know. We'll see. It's totally up to you how you want to do this stuff. But let's get ourselves a reactor casing. Let's make sure the reactor is off. I will now break it. I will place it. And then I will configure you for output waste. Now, I'm pretty sure this might push, so be prepared for that eventuality. Okay, I'm going to start with, give me one more radioactive waste barrel. Just one, please. And the reason I want one is I like to have one that captures the radioactive waste from the reactor. Okay, and that is nuclear waste. Okay, because there's two types of waste. There's nuclear waste, which you can use to turn into plutonium or polonium, right? Okay. And then there's spent nuclear waste, which is literally just garbage that you don't want anymore. Now, it's a gas, and there is no gas trash can. So the way to deal with spent nuclear waste is you need to store it in a radioactive waste barrel. That's it. Now, it will decay at 0.05 millibuckets per tick, or 1 millibucket every second. Okay, so every second you lose a millibucket. It'll be voided, which is good because it's spent nuclear waste. We don't want it. There's nothing to do with it. There is no use for it. It has no use whatsoever, except if you break the barrel it's in, it will leak into the environment and cause negative effects in your world. So store it in the barrel, and it basically escaping is a good thing. Or not escaping, but, decaying is a good thing. Cool? All right, so I'm going to plop this guy down here, and then I'm going to stick my basic pressurized tube here. Now, again, the reason I want to use this smaller basic pressurized tube is because it's deceptive when there's waste in the barrel versus in the tube. See, it's kind of hard to tell if there's waste in the tube. And basically, if there's, a big back stuff, it can be a problem. So I think if we shift right click the tube, the barrel. Now, I'm glad that carry-on doesn't seem to affect this, but see how we've got, a certain amount of millibuckets there, about the same amount that we had in the waste tank before. But it's also going down. So, as mentioned, every second you lose 1 millibucket, which is kind of cool. Now we want to start the processing of this stuff. So, if we look at our chunk boundaries, we'll note that I already chunk loaded this chunk, right? Yes, we did. Beautiful. So, we'll remove that, and then let's start prepping for what's going to be the processing of polonium and plutonium. So there's two things that we want to handle here, right? One will be a solar neutron reactor, and one will be an isotropic centrifuge. These guys will take your nuclear waste and make polonium and plutonium. Plutonium in the isotropic centrifuge, polonium in the solar neutron reactor. Now, this might be a little close to the chunk boundary, so I think I'm gonna kind of more line these up here with the center of this guy. So U and U is about where I'm going to want this lined up. Cool? Yeah, that looks pretty good. So me personally, I more typically want polonium, okay? But you do need plutonium for some things. In general, plutonium is used to make your SPS casings. But once you have your SPS done, you don't really need plutonium anymore unless you are low on nuclear fuel, because you can reprocess that plutonium into fissile fragments, which can then be oxidized into a decent amount of fissile fuel. You won't have a net gain. You definitely have a net loss, but it basically will make your fuel last a long time. However, typically you'll find that you have way more uranium than you need, so there's really no point in doing this. But maybe you're playing in a world where uranium is harder to come by. I don't know. So long story short, you want polonium more often than not, which is going to be in the solar neutron reactor. And that thing makes polonium pellets, which makes all kinds of cool stuff. And it also is what's used, let's see, polonium is used to make antimatter. So polonium has tons of uses, plutonium, just a few. Okay, but we want to be able to prepare for both of these things. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to configure you guys, side config, items, reset all, gases, reset alls. I would like you to input on the bottom. And same for this guy. Clear, clear. Now you need energy. You do not. The downside is this only runs during the day because he is a solar neutron activator. He has a solar panel built in. So when it's daytime, it works. When it's nighttime, it doesn't. Not super great, but meh, it is what it is. And then we're going to want, basically, That's pretty cool right there. Now, I'm pretty sure our pressurized tubes will not auto-extract, so if we shift right-click this guy some more, notice how he's not losing stuff. Cool. Now, do you not accept your gas on the bottom? I didn't turn it on. There we go. Now you're cool. Perfect. Now all we need to do is set you to extract. And notice how there's no gas stored. So what's happening is some of the nuclear waste went in here, some of the nuclear waste went into here. This guy had power from being in my inventory, but that'll disappear in a second. Okay. And this guy, solar. So he already processed his nuclear waste into polonium. He's currently processing his nuclear waste into plutonium, and that's all good. Okay. Now, what I like to do, this is just me. This is like a trick I came up with a few series ago, and I really like this trick, is stick a lever here. Both of these by default ignore redstone signals, but if we make this one require a redstone signal, and this one require not a redstone signal, basically we can use this lever to toggle which one of these two runs, which is kind of neat. Okay, so first off, I want to get you some power. Debating where I want this power to live, because we're going to need other forms of power. Right there might not be terrible. Ultimate universal cable. Did I do? I did. And you can jump into the Direwolf 20 network. Boom, and now you're running. So check it out. If I flip this lever, it turns it off. Cool. So this guy will no longer make plutonium. This guy will make polonium. Eventually, this will back stuff on nuclear waste, and this guy will, be the only thing processing. Cool. Now, maybe I don't want the power there. It occurs to me I might want my power elsewhere. Can you power in there? You can. That's not so terrible, right? So let's plan for where this stuff's going to be. So we need pressurized reaction chambers next. Okay, PRCs. Because both of these things are made into their respective item in a pressurized reaction chamber, and they're pretty sure they both need fluid of water, right? So they both need water. This one needs fluorite dust. They actually both need fluorite dust. So they both need fluorite dust, they both need water, they both need power. Guess what this is a job for? Sounds like a job for laser I/O. Boom. So on the right side here, let's clear all of our doohickeys. Right? And then you can also clear all your doohickeys. Okay? So on the right, I would like you to accept items, energy, and fluids, and gases come in the back. Okay? And you, on the left, will accept items, energy, and fluids, and gases come in the back. Okay? Now I'm going to connect you, which might... not yet, because I didn't configure that. And then you. Okay? So you on the front will be a gases output, and that puts the polonium in there. And now the polonium's gone. And you on the front will be a gases output, and that puts the plutonium in there. And plutonium gone. Sweet. Pretty cool. Now, if I turn this lever off, he would start producing more plutonium for me. Good. Perfect. Awesome. Now, let's get a flux point going. And what we should be able to do... How should we do our energy here? Let's do a laser connector real quick, because that shouldn't be too bad to make one of these guys. I might want like 10 of these. Just make me a bunch for a sec. And then I do this guy bind to here and to here. Does that sound cool? I like that. I could connect these directly. I chose for aesthetic reasons to do that. Totally up to you how you want to do it. Now I'm going to have you extract RF per tick. Now I might need to bump this up and overclock it. We'll see how much RF these wind up using. By the way, do any of these accept gas upgrades? That is a question that I did not ask. Gas upgrade not supported. This doesn't even accept any upgrades. I'm pretty sure these don't either. Correct. Okay. So you extract, and then on this side you get energy input, and this side you get energy input. Perfect. Cool? Cool. So now we've got power going into these things. Let's also get fluid going in. So on this side for fluids, we've got input ready. On this side for fluids, we've got input ready. Let's put in blue cards on either side. But now if I bind this guy to this guy, notice the water just did its thing. Booyah! How cool is that? Did you see that big burst of water come in? Awesome. So now we've got water handled. Now we're going to need fluorite, right? Fluorite, that stuff. So plutonium and polonium pellets is what we're after, both of which require fluorite dust. Okay, and fluorite dust is just a crusher with fluorite. Okay, so first off, let's get fluorite dust on the to-do. Because once it's on the to-do, we can do it. Fluorite dust. Boom, boom, and boom. So we'll get you added here. Or no, not you. We need you on a crusher. Crusher, crusher, crusher. Do I have a crusher? Do I have a crusher down here? Wrong thingy. I'm so used to having this that like I just muscle it directly into it. We may not have a crusher on this line. Should we have a crusher on this line? I don't know why not. So crusher. And then a node. So what I'm going to say is disconnect U2, place down a new node, and connect U2. And on this side, we want energy, and we want extract items, right? And then you go there, and your side config will be input, output, and energy on all sides. And then crafter, boom. And then fluorite, sweet. Advanced tier installer. And mechanism, speed, and energy upgrades. So you, whoop, you, and you. Split mode on. Everybody's fully upgraded. Now we're cooking. Cool, right? I like it. Works for me. Sweet. And now we should have our fluorite. So here's what I'm going to set up, right? Let me get a crafting card. We're missing 2 sand? We literally don't have 2 sand? How is that possible? One of these days, just not today, but one of these days, I'll set up a cobbleworks. Just not today. So what if we did this? And then we had an interface. Okay. And then what I want is... Come on, where's my interface? Let's go. An ender chest. That just needs an ender pouch. And let's make it... I'm probably going to want 2 of these. Let me get another one real quick. Boom, boom. I'm going to make you blue. Or no, I need you to be the dye, right? And then I can dye, is it shift click? There we go. Dye the bands so that they are linked to each other, right? So blue is going to be my keep in stock chest. See how that works? And what I'm going to have here is a nifty little interface with a crafting card in it. And then I'm going to tell the crafting card, keep a stack of fluorite in stock at all times. Notice how it's now crafting fluorite dust. Okay. Then what I'm going to have is this dude sitting here, ready to go. I'm going to have a node in between them. And then your job will be to extract 8 items at a time. And your job, but I want you to not extract yet, because I want a filter on this side as an input. I want a counting filter. And we're going to say keep 32 fluoride in there at all times. Cool. So that when I put this extract card in there, he should immediately start extracting, fill that up to 32, and then this guy is going to request more. Cool? How cool is that? All right, so now we have kept in stock 32 fluorite dust at all times, and we can reuse this chest for many other stock purposes. We can probably keep about 25 items in stock from this card, and similarly, we can do more from, well, technically this limits us to 9, so we'll see. If we ever need more than that, we'll deal with it. But now, what I can do, actually, I keep forgetting I set that up. What if we put this dude here? And on the top, we want to probably... We want to filter this. I don't know if the other ones will accept, but we want to extract filtered fluorite dust, 8 items at a time. And I'm going to put this one on round robin true. And then you over here can have an insert. And then you over here can have an insert. And notice how it's kind of round robining these guys. How cool is that? Eh? Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Maybe I move him underground. Wouldn't that be even cooler? So on the down we do this? Yeah, buddy. That's cool. Okay, so fluorite and fluorite. That works. Yeah? How do we feel about this? Is that pretty cool? I like this. This is a, slightly different approach. Now, technically, if I wanted to, I could reverse this, and we could extract the polonium pellets out, right? And put them into this and have that go into the other direction. That could happen, but I think what I want to do is keep blue set up for that. So what I could just do is make another ender chest. My goodness, I can't type today. So I do that, right? And then I could put that on top here. And that could be an insert on orange channel. Yeah. And then over here, let's make the output item be the down. And same deal here, items output to down. So if I put in an item card on orange, extract 8, but then set him to sneaky side down, boom, goodbye polonium pellet. Polonium landed in here, right? And then the same deal over here. Orange, extract 8 items at a time on the downside. once you get enough plutonium, you should produce that, and then it should be sucked through there. I think it's 1,000 that we need, right? So there's 1,000 coming up. We watch now, we should see the little particle. There it goes. Nice. Sweet. That was cool. Isn't that cool? I think it's cool. All right, so now we have some spent nuclear waste on both sides, right? And that's something we're going to need to store somewhere, basically right here. So what I was thinking is we've got 32 of these. Let's get our mining laser. Let's put him in exact precision mode. Let's get ready to sleep through what is apparently the night. So we could do 8. That could do, right? Kind of don't like that they're out of... because they kind of have a sidedness to them, right? Oh, by the way, I put a megatorch here because monsters kept showing up, and that was annoying. Did I math that wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, how come there's 4? Oh, because I broke it. I picked them up. That's why. I broke and replaced them. I'm like, I know how to math. Come on, Dyer, you know how to math. This should be enough. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think your basic pressurized tubes will automatically load balance a little bit. So if we were to do, and then I want to configure you for the gases to come out the front, that should have taken my 1,000 of that stuff and kind of split it up, right? Pretty evenly. Maybe not perfect, but pretty close. And don't forget, like, it's also going to dissipate a little bit. So, yeah, because it's dissipating, I think it did pretty evenly split it. It's just that every second that goes by, it gets voided, which is awesome. So gases, front. Boom. 29, 28. Yeah, it pretty evenly distributed them, right? So now we are voiding 32 millibuckets per second, right? 32 millibuckets per second. Every second, 32 millibuckets of nuclear waste get voided. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So now if I turn on my reactor, right, the nuclear waste is coming into this stuff, right? Now he's going to build up in here and not be processed because the lever's on. This one, on the other hand, will be processed. And we can see how much we're producing here. So 4 millibuckets. This guy's probably getting another 4. So what's this setting at? He's at 1 millibucket per tick. So I would imagine that he's also producing 1 millibucket per tick. Yeah, I guess that's cool. So basically 1 millibucket per tick. You may not actually be doing anything because he's only doing 1 millibucket per tick. Let's bump this up to 2. Okay, now you're getting 2 millibuckets per tick, and I assume, so you're getting 1 millibucket per tick, and you're getting 1 millibucket per tick, right? So it's splitting them, okay? What's going to happen once this backstuffs is we will get more than 1 millibucket per tick. And that'll be cool. Excellent. Look at all the water flowing. Loving it. Loving it. Now, I'm a little concerned about how much missing 27. Available 5? Available 5? That's such a small number. That is not a big number. That is a very small number. That is an embarrassingly small number. I am a little concerned about Laser IO being able to handle this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually whack these guys and use... Can I get ultimate mechanical pipes without redstone? I can, I think. Yeah. And these guys will be able to transfer 32,000 millibuckets per tick. That'll just be easier for the amount of fluid I need to transfer here. So let's do this. Okay. And then I can reset all these. Cool. And then I can shift-click you, and they all go in there, and everybody's happy. Sweet. All right, you two go away. And then we're going to use number 1. Ah, yeah, you're getting hot. All right, where's my ultimate mechanical pipes? And I might want... Let's turn this off for a sec. But what I might want to do... is switch these up. Okay. And then let's make sure that this is set to extract, right? And I think that should be good. Now, if I activate you, are you going to keep up? So let's see how fast we can make this, right? What if we made it like 5? Are you cool? You're cool. Look at that. Now, hopefully you don't have to be doing too much watering. You're doing some watering. What if we make you 10? Seems to be okay. Plenty of water. Now, do you really need this? I set you all to low. Can I fit a lever on the wall here? I can. Sweet. Alright, so he doesn't seem like he needs fluid, really. I think he's just doing it because he can, kind of deal. Okay. So what I might do... Here's what I'm going to do. Ignore redstone on these guys. But on the opposite side of this, I could make you require redstone. So if I do that, it turns off the input side. See? Aha. Alright, so let's see what kind of temperature runs we can do. 15? Still cool. By the way, we're currently producing 342,000 RF a tick. 25? So when you change the speed, it will do a quick consumption of water. And what's happening right now is the water is quickly being turned into steam. So the difference is this 3 million millibuckets of steam. That's what's missing from over here. Okay? So keep that in mind. So the water drops pretty quickly, right? Because some of it's over here. And if you want to refill that, you can very much do this. And that's okay. Okay. 36, I just picked randomly. Temperature's getting a little hot. I just want to see what threshold we can get to with our current everything's cool, right? I just want to know how fast we can run this. And keep in mind, every millibucket per tick that we change here is also affecting our waste. So now we're getting lots of nuclear waste. 42 millibuckets per tick of nuclear waste. Okay? And our coolant tank is pretty balanced, which is nice. 45. Still doing okay. 50. Water's struggling a little bit. Water's struggling a little bit. 45 might be about where I want to cap this off. Okay. But for now, I'm just going to make it like 5, because we don't actually need that much power yet. So 45 is what I'm going to put in my head. Okay, as what's good. All right, so that feels like a good wrapping up point, right? So let's wrap up here. We'll come back next time. Number 1, we'll look at what we can do with polonium and plutonium and that stuff. Number 2, I would like to be able to store energy, right? Because right now we are producing stupid amounts of power. But storage is a little not so stupid. I would like storage to be equally as stupid. Now that said, we definitely need to mine more because we are low on redstone. So yeah, we're gonna have to handle something here, right? Because we're definitely burning 40,000 RF a tick when we're mining. So what we'll probably want to do is turn on our reactor. Now, in theory, everything should be safety controlled, so we should have no problems running this thing full time. Okay, so look, plenty of power, even including this thing running. How great is that? So literally everything is running right now, right? These things are running, that thing's running, the quarry's going, and we are good on power. Nice! Look at it go. It's so cool. I love it. And what I think I'm going to do is remove the throttle on you, because you should be producing more fissile fuel for me. Now, you're capped at 10,000 RF a tick, and the problem is that you need way more than that. So if I remove your cap, right, now you're pulling 100,000 RF a tick, which is a lot. Which is a lot. I think the max output is 102, so you're, you know, pushing it. But we're making 100,000 RF a tick, so we're actually in pretty good shape. I don't think that's what we'll actually wind up using. I think you're going to fill up your buffer here. Or no, you actually need... For full upgrade, I think you needed 200,000, didn't you? So we're absolutely going to need a better power storage solution. So we'll work on that next episode, more than likely. For now, let's wrap up. So, Devil20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time, and the plan will be to get better power storage. Because 102 million RF a tick ain't nothing when you're making 100,000 RF a tick. Yeah. Devil20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.